All right. So last year I made $50,000 a month and I thought that was a big deal. Well, check this guy out. This guy has made $320,000 a month and another has hit $1 million within 6 months of launching. And it's not just about the cash. This particular business type that we're talking about is built like a fortress. It's solid and secure, no matter what the market throws at it. It's called a newsletter. And in this video, I'll explain to you step by step how you can do the same. Okay, let's get into it. Now, when you hear the term newsletter, what comes to mind? Some boring blogs about some company you don't care about or some irrelevant updates. Today, I'm going to change your perception about it. We're all glued to our social media, from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube. But guess what? The real conversion king is still those old newsletters. McKinsey even did a study and they found that newsletters can acquire 40 times more customers than social media and a whopping 174 times more conversions than Facebook or Instagram. While the average open rate on email newsletters sits at a solid 25%, your Facebook post has been lucky to hit 6%. So imagine you've got 10,000 people on your email list and about 2,500 of them will open your email, but only 600 of them will see your Facebook post. So you see what I'm getting at? When it's done right, email has a killer ROI. So let's talk about the benefits of newsletters. Why are newsletters so great? It's because when someone subscribes to your list, they've given you explicit permission to have access to their inbox. And let's face it, we all trust our inbox. If you look at the big names, all the big gurus that are out there or that you look up to, they all have an email list and it's not a coincidence. Next, let's talk about its low cost to entry and low friction. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel. You're looking at getting camera gear, lighting, microphones, the works. But with a newsletter, it's $0 down, no risk and all the reward. Next, let's talk about friction or the lack of it. Setting up a TikTok or YouTube, it takes a whole production, scripting to shooting to editing. It takes a lot of time and effort, but with a newsletter, it's way simpler. The next benefit of newsletters is that you own your audience. Let's say you're building an audience or a following on TikTok or Instagram. It might seem sweet and all, but one algorithm tweak and your audience could vanish overnight. But with the newsletter, like I said, you own your audience. You're the landlord pretty much of your digital domain. There's hardly any possibility of algorithmic manipulation, the pay-to-play schemes, just you and your subscribers. Sure, some people say email is dead every year, but here's the truth. While social media platforms keep growing and throwing up barriers between content creators and their followers, email still remains the last medium of control. Tobias Lutke, the CEO of Shopify, said, email is the last thing that we have total control over because email is our own platform. Next, let's talk about monetization. There are a multitude of ways you can monetize your newsletter. First up, we've got brand sponsorships. So imagine your buddy has a dog-themed newsletter with 50,000 subscribers and he's making big bucks because brand sponsorships can cost around anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 per email to be exact. Multiply that by 4 emails a month and you've got 12 to 20,000 in the bank. Plus once you've got on the good side of the brands, they'll keep coming back to you for more. Then there's affiliate marketing. You've got your doggy newsletter, slap on some affiliate links in there, and every time a reader clicks and buys, you're making commissions passively. And don't sleep on those commissions. Selling big ticket items like lawnmowers, for example, that's some solid cash in your pocket. Next up, we have ad networks. So ever seen a cooking blog plastered with all these ads? Well, guess what? You can turn your newsletter into prime time real estate. Platforms like Beehive are making it easier than ever to cash in on those ads. So you don't have to leave money on the table, get those ads in your newsletter and watch the money roll in. But there's more. You can make your newsletter a premium newsletter. So you've got like a freebie version, which everyone has access to and is pulling in the crowds, but then you hit them with a premium offer. Think of it like a VIP access to the hottest club in town. People will pay top dollar for exclusive content, whether it's stock tips, parenting hacks, or gardening secrets, you name it. So if you've got the goods, don't be shy to charge for it. Now let's do some math. Say you've got a humble 1,000 subscribers sharing out $10 a month newsletter. That's a cool $10,000 in your pocket. Okay, let's talk about finding your niche. We've understood the economics of it. Now let's try to understand how you can get into it and find your own niche to create a newsletter for. Now I hear you say, well, what should I be writing about? Well, here's the deal. You've got the freedom to write about whatever you want. If you're all about basketball, write about the latest game or the best players. If you're a parent, share your parenting hacks or tips or experiences. And don't worry if you feel lost and uninspired. Just jot down 5 things that caught your eye during the week, whether it's a killer book or blog, some useful gadget or a handy hack, and you've got your content sorted for your weekly newsletter. Take it from Tim Ferriss, who started his newsletter journey with this exact same approach and ended up with around 2 million subscribers. If you're still scratching your head for ideas, here's one: content curation. Take a leaf out of Sean Puri's book. He gathers crypto news from all the corners of the web and sums it up in his newsletter, Milk Road. No deep dives, no market predictions, just a chill roundup of what's happening in crypto, served with a little bit of good copy and humor. And get this, he grew his audience from 0 to 250,000 in just 1 year. And then he sold his newsletter for a cool $1 million. So moral of the story, you don't need a PhD in the topic, just a healthy dose of curiosity and consistency. I would focus more on the consistency part. Now, once you've got your content game plan sorted, it's time to streamline your workflow. No one's got time to be churning out newsletter week after week with deep, insightful content. That's where automation tools like Beehive save the day. And I'm talking about batch producing your newsletters and scheduling them. And guess what? Beehive's got your back. It won't cost you anything to get started. Plus, it's the same tool trusted by heavy hitters like the Milk Road I mentioned earlier. The sign up for Beehive is still free, and who knows, you might just be the next big thing in the newsletter. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room: building an audience from scratch. Building an audience from scratch may seem like a daunting task, but hey, we've all got social media accounts, so why not just leverage that? Even if your follower count isn't much, just use your family and friends as a launchpad. Now, here's a little hack: Facebook groups. Join the Facebook groups relevant to your niche, whether it's parenting, cooking, cat memes. Join conversations, drop some knowledge, and in a very subtle way. You cannot just join them and say, here's my newsletter, please sign up. You have to be a contributing member of that group, and then in a very subtle way can mention if your newsletter is beneficial to them. And once you've hit around 500 subscribers, it's time to collab. You can hit up platforms like Substack, find newsletters that are similar in size, and propose a subscriber swap. Keep it simple, keep it a win-win, and just watch your list grow. Let's talk about turbocharging your signups with irresistible incentives. Just what you need to do is make your freemium product irresistible. It needs to solve a problem. It needs to be packed with value, and it needs to deliver a quick win. Whether it's a travel hack, a pro tip, make it so tempting that people feel silly to say no. If you want to see more newsletter content, please drop a comment below. I would appreciate if you subscribe as well. It takes a lot of effort to put out videos, so I appreciate if you could subscribe. And trust me, guys, in today's attention economy, newsletters are your secret weapon. The opportunities for money making are endless. So why wait? Just start your newsletter journey, and you can thank me later. And I'll see you in the next one.